You are something serious, and they know it. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you are something serious, and they know it. Somebody drop in the comments and say I'm something serious. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I'm something serious. See, when I say something serious, oftentimes people may think I'm talking about all of a sudden now you Osama bin Laden, all right? All of a sudden you are the most serious karate man in the world, okay? No, when I say you are something serious, you carry something that exudes a certain behavior, that exudes a certain vibration. It exudes a certain frequency. Follow me. See, when you are something serious, you can walk inside of a room and people automatically will respect you, right? People automatically give you reverence. People automatically ask you how you're doing. What do you want? What do you need? They accommodate you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. This is what happens when I say that you are something serious. See, people know that they can't just play with you. They know that they just can't, run games over your head or run games around you. You're something serious. But guess what, y'all? When a person is not something serious, what do people do? They play games with them. They play in their face, right? They treat them as if they're not intelligent. And they do it anyway to see what response they're going to get, right? So for instance, if you take a person who know how to play basketball really, really good, if there are other individuals who's aware of that, even if they never seen that person play, if they just see how he dressed or if they just see the energy he exudes, you think they gonna get on that court and play games? No. They coming with their best shot, their best layup, their best defense, their best observation. This is what happens, y'all, when you are something serious. All right? We've seen it in sports. We've seen it at school. We've seen it on the job. We've seen it in relationships. We've seen it in marriages. We have seen it in friendships. You know the person who can get asked for $100 and the person say, hey, I'll give it to you. You know the person who you can't ask for $100 without an explanation or a person calling you out on, hey, man, I gave you $100 last month. You still ain't paying me back. What's going on? That person's something serious, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Again, I'm not saying that you are the leader of a dojo and you the master of Krav Maga. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you have a certain energy, a vibration, and a frequency that exudes off of you, y'all. It exudes when you walk by a hot stove. Yeah, y'all, you can feel that heat. They can feel the heat. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I know you feel it. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I know you feel it, all right? But, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get directly into it, y'all. Second video of today. And, yes, y'all, we are right here in front of the legendary couch. Something legendary is about to be said. We're going to go ahead and get directly into it. Y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's get right into it, family. Number one, first sign you are something serious is this right here, y'all. Your confidence. Yep. Your confidence. Look at the people saying, Reno, what you talking about? Confidence. That don't make me something serious. Yes, it does. See, when you are confident, you can truly walk in that, right? Drop in the comments and say, walk in your confidence. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, walk in your confidence. When you are truly confident, you can now play ball. I don't mean basketball, but what I mean is you can do exactly what it is that you think in your mind that you can do, right? You can do exactly what it is in your mind of what you know you can do. See, y'all, let's just say a person know how to sew, right? And they do really good behind closed doors. They do really good when they are in the comfort comfort of their home, in the comfort of their basement. They do really good, right? But when they get around people, they start messing up the stitch. You know, they start taking too long because they are afraid of what someone else is gonna think. So now they're being overly critical on themselves. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? They not walking in that confidence like they do when they are in a room. You take a person who can sing their butt off, right? But they only good when they are in the shower. They're only good when they are around family. They're only good when they are around people that they know. Put them on stage on a talent show. In a talent show, guess what happens? They go to freezing up. Y'all seen the movie, what is called? The movie New Edition, the series, when Bobby Brown froze up. He was a kid. He could sing at home, but in front of those people, he choked up. On 8 Mile, Eminem can rap in front of his homeboys, but in front of the stage or on stage in front of the people, what do? Choked up. Brenda, what are you saying right now? When you are something serious, you are confident in whatever it is that you do. You are confident in however it is you do it, right? You are confident. You know how much to put in it. You know what not to do. You know exactly how to do it. You know. And it takes a level of experience. It takes a level of skill set, right? And you have to be confident in that. I don't care if they dislike it. I don't care if they dislike me. I'm going to get the job done because I'm just confident in it. When the last time you seen a mechanic ask you how you think about this? I mean, what do you think about this? Do you think I should take the tools and twist it to the right more? I mean, what do you think? He's not going to ask you because what you are paying him for is his expertise, right? Imagine having a cook who you paid to come to your house, but just because you are looking at them, they are now nervous and they are now asking you for your expertise. No, I paid you for your expertise, not to compliment your expertise with my knowledge. What I know don't matter. I'm paying you for expertise. I paid the dentist to clean my teeth. That's your expertise. I paid the doctor to make sure I don't have no health issues. That's your expertise. But if the dentist, if the doctor, if the culinary student or whoever it is, the chef, is not confident in their job, then they can't be considered as something serious, right? So that's point blank period, y'all. You have confidence. You have to have confidence in anything that you do, and also be mindful that even in the Bible, y'all, it says that those with confidence will have a great reward, right? So if you have confidence, it only leads you to having a reward, and we all want a reward, but we don't get second place and third place trophies in the real world. So those who have the first place reward or the first place trophy is those who have confidence, and confidence gives you a reward. Point blank period. You don't approach the girl, you don't get the girl. You don't approach the job, you won't get the job. So that's how serious confidence is. And when you show that you got that confidence, you become something serious, and everybody know it, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say they know. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say they know. Number 2, you're not a people pleaser. All right? You're not a people pleaser. I got to throw this in here, y'all, because what happens is when you have a genuine heart, right, like myself, when you have a kind mindset, right, you're kind to everybody, right? Maybe you grew up in a what you call it, y'all, like a Caribbean household, or anybody like from the islands and stuff like that. The tradition is to be pretty much kind and compassionate, right? It's all about family, and sometimes you can exude that off in the real world, right, or at school and stuff like that. I even think about young boys like Casanat. That's his entire upbringing. That I think he's like Nigerian. They're all about family, and so you have that mentality, but you have to know who to have that mentality around. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? And if you're not careful, you'll become a people pleaser. And see, people pleasing is really a nice person who is trying to make sure everyone is happy. That's really all it is when you're people pleasing. Think about it. It's like a host, right? A host of a party, a host of an event, and they're trying to make sure everybody is good. You know, hey, how everybody doing tonight? Everybody okay? Y'all need some drinks, y'all need food in the back. But imagine doing that, not getting paid for it, but it is like your job. You're constantly trying to please your friends, constantly trying to please your family, constantly trying to please a person in the relationship, right? You become something serious when you're not doing none of that. You're like, hey, listen, I gave you $50. That's what it is. If I got it to give, I'll give it again. But if not, so be it. I'm not finna please you. I came to your event, right? And I came with respect and brought a gift. I'm not about to kiss your butt just because you invited me to an event. I know it sounds terrible, y'all, when I say it like this, but some people will invite you out just to treat you like trash. All right. I'll never forget, y'all. I was invited into this event. Okay. I was minding my own business, y'all. I was not bothering nobody. They called me to come to an event and to give me some type of award. All right. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to give me some type of an award, and they invited me out. I come to the event, and I'm not going to say the respect wasn't given. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm not going to be modest. The respect wasn't given how it was supposed to be given. Okay? The love wasn't given how it was supposed to be given. Now, you done inconvenienced me to come out my house, right? I paid to come to your event, not paid you specifically, but I paid gas money to get there, Uber fare to get there. I had to pay to get there, right? So when I get there, it's not given how I need to be given. Okay? You know, people are acting funny, low key. You know, it's not a well welcoming. I'm not looking for the red carpet to come out for your boy, but at least, you know, greet me the proper way. At least seat me the proper way. At least make sure that I am good, because at the end of the day, me getting an award or not, I'm still a guest. But everybody don't have hospitality. So guess what, y'all? What a people pleaser does in this particular situation, they walking up to the person who invited them. Hey, what's going on? You know, really nice event, because they're looking for that validation of, hey, I'm here, right? No, I'm going to give you that initial respect. Hey, how's it going, right? And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you're not going to catch me coming up to a person 3 times after it's been a rejection. It's just not going to happen, right? Some people will invite you out to treat you like trash. Some people will give you things to treat you like trash. Some people will give you certain things, y'all, just to treat you like you ain't nobody, right? And a people pleaser accommodates to this, because they're trying to figure out in their mind and in their heart why they're not receiving my love, why they're not receiving my respect, why they're not receiving, you know, my compassion. And the reality is, y'all, is that you're people pleasing when you do that. You can't please people, because the recipe for failure, y'all, is trying to please everybody. You're going to continuously fail. But when you're not a people pleaser, y'all, you are something serious. And this is what makes people attract to you even more, because you ain't trying to please them. They're trying to figure out what's up with his attitude. Why she act like that? I'm not a people pleaser. You're not going to kill me, right? I'd rather die on my feet than to live on my knees. I'm not a people pleaser. And that's the same thing with yourself. No matter if you have a good heart, no matter if you come from a kind upbringing, you got hospitality, you understand not being a people pleaser, because people will take advantage of it. Point blank, period. Number 3, y'all, you have emotional intelligence, all right? You have emotional intelligence. So when you have emotional intelligence, you understand how to respond. You understand how not to react. You understand, you know, not to go overboard, right? You know how to control your anger. You know how to control your facial expressions. That's an emotional intelligent thing. Sometimes you don't gotta say nothing to a person, but if your face looking balled up, if you looking mean and mad, then of course a person know that you got a problem, right? But when you are emotionally intelligent, you understand how to control that. Not only that, y'all, but when you are emotionally intelligent, you understand how to understand, right? Understanding is the key to all things in life, because a person just may not even mean it that way. But just because this is all you know, it doesn't mean that this is law. This is the truth, right? You take, for instance, you got somebody household who always joke, right? And you got another person household who's always serious. Well, the person who come from a serious household and the person who come from a laughing, stock household, like the Wayans, right? They laugh about everything. Damon Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, y'all know they laugh about everything. But if you take a person who come from a serious household and a laughing household, they just may clash. But let's just say the person who come from a serious household have that emotional intelligence. Well, guess what? They not even gonna take it personal because they understand that people have different perspectives. They understand different aspects in life. But let's just say the person who come from a laughing household is not emotionally intelligent, right? And they meet the serious person. Well, this person may snap. Why you think, what you mean it ain't funny? What you mean we can't laugh? You follow what I'm saying? They'll get mad, right? So when you got that emotional intelligence, it sets you apart from a lot of people because you know how to control your emotions. You know how to control your anger. You know how not to react, and you understand to simply respond, and you understand understanding, right? And guess what? Everybody may not even understand that at that particular time, but it doesn't mean that they're wrong or right. It takes emotional intelligence to go through that. It takes emotional intelligence to even understand that, right? Number 4, y'all, you are an independent thinker. You are an independent thinker. Listen, y'all, those who think for themselves are powerful. Those who think for themselves are dangerous. Those who think for themselves are able to lead an entire country, organization, business, academy. The list goes on, okay? I mean, even those who had coats like your Jim Jones and there's other people. He's the first one that comes to the mind, but there's other people who has had coats. You know why? Because they were independent thinkers. I'm not saying, y'all, this is the end all be all for them and they are so great, right? At the end of the day, Jim Jones killed people, all right? But what I'm saying is that's how powerful it is when you are an independent thinker. You're not following the ways of propaganda. You're not following the ways of the culture. You're not following the ways of social media. You're following your own way. You're thinking for yourself. So a great example of this, y'all, would be traditionalism. Think about it, y'all. Traditionalism. So traditionalism basically says, I do this because my mom did it, my dad did it, their great grandmama did it, their grandmom, their mom did it, and so on and so on. So I'm doing it. I don't know why I'm doing it, right? Well, if you're doing this, you are a dependent thinker. You are depending on the thoughts of those who were before you. I don't care because it was your grandmama or your granddaddy or your mama or your daddy. I don't care. That's not independent thinking. Independent thinking is, you know what? Why do I celebrate Christmas? Why do I want to save up my money? Why do I want to buy a home before I'm this age? Why? But see, those who ask questions are punished. And see, when you are something serious, you don't care about being punished. You give out the punishment, not harming people, but by thinking. You think for yourself. Marcus Garvey, independent thinker. Frederick Douglass, independent thinker. Harriet Tubman, independent thinker. The list goes on. Do I need to state more? I rest my case. When you are an independent thinker, y'all, you're something serious, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I think for self. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I think for self. Number 5, it's going to be this right here, y'all. Ultimate acceptance. Ultimate acceptance. This kind of falls up on the emotional intelligence, but I will differentiate the two, all right? So when you have the ultimate acceptance, this means that you accept life for what it is. You're not trying to change things. You're not trying to change people, because you understand that one thing is constant in life, and that is change. Why am I trying to change something that's going to change anyway? Why am I trying to change a person who's stuck in their ways? And why am I trying to change an environment that has not accepted change? What I am saying is, the ultimate acceptance is you let things be and you don't worry about things that you can't control. Now, I get it, y'all. It's easier said than done, because there's plenty of things that we would like to control, but we simply can't, and we still try to do it. Like that relationship that you're in, like that partner you have in your marriage, like your kids. It's not that you're trying to control them, but you're trying to control them from hurting themselves or even hurting you. But see, you can't control what another grown person does. You can't control what another grown person wants. You can't control it. You can only inspire, influence, you can help, and you can encourage, but you can't help a person who don't want to be helped. You can't encourage a person who does not want to be encouraged. Reno, what are you saying? That is the ultimate acceptance. One thing that I admire about Master P is he tried to change his wife. He tried to help his wife. He tried to help build his wife. Like he tried to, his ex-wife rather, right? I think that's Romeo's mom. I'm not sure, right? And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody's family, but I just want to say this. I took this from Master P, because I was going through a similar situation, at least I would say. And he was like, man, I tried to help my wife. I tried to put her in different rooms. I tried to, put her in different situations, expose her to new things, give her money. I made it to where she didn't have to work, but she still chose the streets. She still chose certain things. So I had to walk away myself, or I was going to harm myself, right? And so the ultimate acceptance is no matter how much you love a person, you have to accept them for who they are. People don't change for people. They put a mask on. People don't change for people. They put a mask on, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I see your mask. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I see your mask. So guess what? If I like you, I'm going to be whatever you want me to be. You want me to be a dinosaur, I'm with it. You want me to dress up literally like a donut, I am with it. You have to accept the fact that people ain't changing for me. They're not moving on my accord. This is not the case for everybody, but that's the ultimate acceptance. They're not going to change their spots, right? And they're not going to change their stripes. They're going to be exactly who they're going to be. And once you get the ultimate acceptance, y'all, you become something serious because you are able to walk away at the drop of a dime. The reason why a lot of people are not able to walk away is because they are chasing their investment. They are chasing their investment emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. You are chasing your investment. Imagine having a car and it started off as a lemon. I'm talking about it was beat down, but you got some work done to the engine. Then you got some work done to the interior, then the exterior. Then you done started, fixing on details. Man, you not finna just give that car up. You're gonna chase your investment. But what if the car keep malfunctioning? If you never accept it, you're gonna go down with it. So that's how ultimate acceptance works, y'all. All right. But with that being said, family, that's going to conclude this video. As we conclude this video, y'all make sure y'all get y'all one of them Yes Sir t-shirts. Y'all make sure y'all book a one-on-one session with your boy. Y'all be sure to check out any one of those books. But more importantly, y'all be sure to join the Rich Mentality Academy and meet your tribe, y'all. I'm going to catch you in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace.